New positionings on YouTube. So it looks like it's already not working over there, but that's okay. Hopefully it does. What's up, Dima? How are you? Kitten, what's good? Anyway, hi. So if you want to see me, TikTok, if you want to see what we're working on, really, I think YouTube is the place to be. Amanda, what's up? Alright, we're trying out this new angle. What's up, Luna? Yeah, take as many minutes as you want. Oh, can't complain. It's a beautiful day, Dima. Thank you. Good. Coco, thanks for all the likes. Okay, so I'm not messing up this time. We're not screwing around today. I screwed around a little bit too much the other time. We did not manage to... The orchid pots we made the other day are going to shrink way more than they need to be. So, we're not messing around. I took way too much clay, and we might downscale a little bit, but I want to start with too much and go from there. How hot is it over there, kid? So, I'm using 600 grams today, and the dimensions that we want are 4 inches tall by... Wait, where's my sponge? Who stole my sponge? Hold up. Everybody hold your butt for a second. Alright, I'm back. Amanda, that's messed up. I have no... Okay, wow, 75 is dreamy. I would die at the kill for 75. It was 92 yesterday here. So we're using way too much clay, but I really didn't want to mess this up. So we're using 600 grams. Dimensions are 4 inches tall by 3.5 wide. Before we got the dimensions pretty much with the other amount of clay we used. But, okay, that's exactly it, right there. We don't want anything else. I don't know how to spell anything ever, so we're gonna leave the little throwing lines on there. These are gonna be really simple. We're gonna add a little bit of undulation because, you know, that's kind of what they want. A little bit of motion, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, you know. James, was it? Where are you at? It's too much. I know, everybody complaining about 75 over there. Is that the Xbox? Thanks. So anyway, we're wasting a ton of clay by doing what we're doing today, size-wise, but it's just going to make the sizing so much better later on. And I think that's exactly, I'm going to remeasure. So we're at 4 inches tall by interior dimension is 3.5. So this clay shrinks essentially 1/2 inch in every dimension. So when this is done, it should be 3.5 inches tall by 3 inches wide. And that's what they commissioned. So we are going to use a torch to get these off because I really just don't want to mess up anymore on these. I just want this commission to be kind of done with because I'm running out of time. I don't have a ton of time left to do all this. Oh man, hidden. The worst. Also, if I missed any comments anywhere, just let me know. I'm all out and about, you know. And the torch, if you guys are wondering why I'm using it, because I bet some people are, it just heats things up, makes things not warp as much, means I can trim it a little bit sooner. Though we are going to trim these tomorrow. today's cup. Cute little thing. How'd that go, Dima? Where's my necklace? Here it is. Oh no, Dima, no! Also, I'm very curious about what you guys think of the angles of this new setup over on YouTube. You want it closer, you want it more towards my face, all that kind of stuff. Also, I have 3 people coming for a lesson at 3 o'clock today. And so I need to get all this done quickly so we can clean the studio. And I don't know if that's something that you guys want to hang around for. My studio's an absolute mess right now, so. Cool. 2 bowls is all it takes on these. That's great. Maybe I can convince them to take the other ones too, but I don't know. Probably never, Luna. I don't think you've seen any of the people I've dated while we've been streaming. Good, Amanda. It is. This is really nice porcelain. Yeah, if she wants to come on a stream at some point, sure. But I highly doubt that she'll want to do that. Soft in a good way or soft in a bad way, Amanda? Again, this just speeds up the thing, makes it drier, blah, 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 blah. Thanks, user. So good to me. Oh my god. We'll tease it in for a while, Luna. It was good soft? Awesome, Amanda. Also, I'm drinking out of a really stupid little yellow cup, or pink cup today. I guess I'll do it this side so I can... Kinda cute, eh? I hate it, honestly. It's kind of a horrible cup. Oh, how was it? How was the rainbow grog? Thanks, user. Oh my god. Oh my god. Spoiling me over here. Oh my god. I refuse. I refuse, Sydney. How are ya? Nope. Someone got muted over on Instagram or TikTok. Not muted, but you moved into your boyfriend's house already, Luna? You guys haven't been dating very long. Gotcha. I'm very curious to see. That's good to hear, Sydney. I'm glad to hear it. Better than not doing great at all. Also, this is you're 5 months and you're already moving in? My God. I can't talk that much. Sydney, Luna says hi over on YouTube. I can't even talk too much smack about that. I think when I was in my mid-20s, I was dating someone who moved in after like 3 weeks. So, I can't talk. I would never do that now, but young and dumb, you know? How old again are you, Luna? Just out of curiosity, curiousness. I don't think you've ever actually told me. Ah, yeah. I'm gonna guess 19. No. Yes. I'm gonna guess 19. Stop guessing? Why? Am I right? Also, Sydney, Luna never said hi back, but I'm gonna say hi back for her, because I'm sure she would like to say hi. How long do you think, Sydney? Oh yeah, going for the lo-fi station. I'm confused by that sentence, but yeah, of course, Sydney. Garden? Oh my God, it's been a million years. How are you? Tell me everything. No, Jimmy, we're making orchid pots. We're trying to. I screwed up. I tried to make a bunch of them when I was like sleep deprived and jet lagged the day after I got back from the West Coast, and they're all way too small after the shrinkage. So we're going for the right size. They're gonna be a little heavy. I didn't really feel like making them as thin as possible. They're planters though, so. 2 months. All right. Okay. And how long have they been dating for? Gotcha. Are you just saying random names? Because I'm for it. I see. Aki, how are you? Actually, I want to pour myself more tea. Well, you know what? Just get this a little centered and pour some more. Boop. No, not about me, Luna. Oh, yeah. So I have this lesson with 3 people there today. I don't usually teach 3 people at a time, but I am doing it today. And one of the wheels is a sitting wheel and the other 2 are standing. Is that messed up, or should I make the third one a standing as well? I don't really want to. I think this is a one-off lesson. I don't really feel like going out and buying cinder blocks for a one-off lesson. Is that messed up with me? No, well, I'm glad that you're here. Yeah, it's, I've been streaming really late at night, so, for me. So I'm swapping through Garden. I'm just switching things up hither and thither. So there is a stream going over on TikTok right now where you can see me, and I'm just gonna kind of go back and forth. So TikTok will get the view that YouTube's getting tomorrow, and you'll go back to seeing my face. Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's kind of what I was hoping for. I'm glad you guys are helping me in my laziness. Oh, we're not that far off in time then. It's 12 p.m. here. I think that's too wide. Yeah. They don't have to be perfect, obviously. I think they wanted kind of like a machines thing. Not like a, they didn't want machine. They wanted kind of like a little bit of wobble, a little bit of woggle. That's the right size and everything though, so we're just going to add a little bit of motion. I just made it short and wide, but that's okay. Of course. I'm so happy it's rainy today. It's been like disgusting out for the last couple days. As soon as I got back from the West Coast, I've just been dying of heat and humidity. Ugh. But today, it's great. I'm also happy today's the lesson day because yesterday sucked in the studio, so not that I came in here. I made a grape trellis yesterday. An ex of mine built a bench right before we broke up and left it on my deck. And today I added, and this was like 2 or 3 years ago, and today I added, or yesterday I added like this cool trellis system to it, and I'm putting my grapevines over it. I had a bower there at one point, so I'm happy to have something, or excited to have something back. I can if you like. I'm not very good at building things, so if I do show you, you have to be kind to me because I like to cut twice, measure once, you know? Maybe we'll have a tea party over. Yeah, exactly. I wanted it, so I did it. That's all there was really about it. Amani, how are you? Tell me everything. What's new? What's happening? Have you done any more to your painting? I did not torch that enough. Hold up. Good. Oh, doing just fine. We're just trying to crank out these orchid pots before my lessons get here. There's a good chance, and we're going to start another live video after I get all of these done, and we'll do the bigger versions. Oh, I'm sorry, you just didn't sleep well? But I didn't want to do them all in one video because of last time. So, it's also, I'm going to use again, just like these, I'm going to use way more clay than I should. So these ones, like I said, the clay shrinks 1/2 inch in every dimension, so we're making these 1/2 inch in every dimension larger than they need to be, so we're shooting for 4 and 3.5 wide. 4 tall, 3.5 wide. And then we are going to, for the other ones, I think it is 5 by 5 by 5, so we have to make 5.5 in all dimensions. Yeah. What kind of lonely are you? Is it like relationship loneliness? Is it like a friendship loneliness? What kind of loneliness are we talking about? Hmm. Hmm. Well, it's all right. We're all friends here. Hmm. Good. It is, Aki. Well, what do you mean? Like, it would have to go all the way up to my wrist if I did that, because the measurement here is to past my knuckle. I don't want that tattoo. I think you should get it. I don't want any more tattoos than the one that I currently have. I think that's all I need. Though, I keep teetering with the idea of getting some peonies on my butt. Good. I'm glad to hear it, Amani. Correct, Sydney. We're going for, well, we're doing 12 today and then maybe 12 more big ones today. I don't really know. We're cranking through these, so I think we might do that. It's so much faster now that I'm not sleep deprived and jet lagged. So, awesome. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Send a picture. Yeah. Please, if you think about it or want to. Hopefully you can soon, Sydney. Have we talked about that, Kiln? What would you get? Hell yeah, love that. Oh my god, Sean, what a guy. Yeah. Alright. Oh yeah, we talked about that. Gotcha. Yeah, this Saturday there's just a ton of stuff going on. There's a giant sail near me with a bunch of plants. Obviously I have to go swimming. It's Saturday morning. There's like an ceramic art opening, and then another ceramic art opening in my town. I wasn't invited to either, but that's okay. That's besides the point. I'm not salty about it. Don't worry about it. The pot the fire just torches it up a little bit, makes it not move around as much. Easier to take off the wheel head. Lack of distortion, things of that. Oh yeah, gotta get that pottery ASMR. Oh, that is hot. See, that's just a two-pin of a cup. Any idea what that would be? I do too. Honestly, I've been thinking about that a lot. I really wish you could do kind of stuff like that. At the same time, I'm happy that you cannot for pretty obvious reasons, but send a picture on Instagram, please, if you think of it. Yeah? That's awesome! How long have you been doing it for? How long has the class been going? Is it fun? What else have you made? Okay, sounds good. Thank you for the rose. Hi. What's up, Leah? Gotcha. Do you do it anytime outside of that? That's a pretty cool thing. And out of curiosity, how much do you pay for a week class, and how often are you going for that week? Is it like a getaway? What's the situation? Tell me everything. I'm very curious. Leah, what's new? What's happening? We were waiting for you. We were talking about you. What's new? I have never done that. That being said, someone did recently bring me a bunch of calcium carbonate to just like in bigger chunks. That he like, I think it was from eggs or from bone or something. I don't remember exactly how he got it. But he just wanted me to sprinkle it on for a texture. But I have never bisqued it. I'm putting it into, with a Shino, I put it on top and I'm putting it into this wood kiln. But no, I've never done it in the orientation that you're talking. Awesome. And how long are the classes? So that's a steal. Oh my god. I'm charging $165 for 3 people to come for an hour and a half today. So that's a steal. 2 hours total, or 2 hours per class throughout the week. Also, what kind of, when you're talking about the eggshells, going back to that, what do you think will happen? Because calcium, what would it do? It would just make your clay weaker. If you put too much calcium into, if it was on top, but if you mixed it into the clay and then you tried to fire it, your clay would just absorb a lot of moisture and then fall apart eventually, I think. That's what I've done in tests before with wild clay when a lot of calcium was added. The clay literally 3 days later after being in a humid environment just disintegrated. I wish I took videos and photos and stuff of it because it was fascinating. I might have to do it again and then time lapse it over a couple days or just to see because I think it'd be a very cool time lapse. Wow, what a steal. I got what you meant. Send me, I'm very curious, would you send me the results? Because I've never done that, so I have no idea, but I'd be very curious to see what happens. That should be a new, that'll have to go into a new video, Sydney. That was good. That was really good. If you're cool with me doing that, definitely gonna steal that quote. Cool. I don't know names of any of them, Kiln. So I would have to do some research on that before spitting something out. I don't want to make myself look like a fool not knowing all of the names of the isopods. Interesting. Now, interesting, you're going texture on the, that's like you're just trying to find a texture on the outside. And you're firing electric? The cone 6? That's God, I wish my hands weren't covered in clay so I could screenshot that. That's really good. I see. Very curious. If you think of it, I would love to see the results of that. Wow, look at the wonkiness in this cup. There's schmutz all in it. True, but are you trying to go for easiest or are you trying to go for cutest? Though those are pretty cute. Awesome, thank you. Appreciate that. I didn't wedge my clay, so later. Enjoy. Good luck. I hope you sell everything. Every single liquor of all. At all whatever. I'm exhausted still, I guess. Can't even think straight. Can't even do my quips, my any of my sayings. One day I'll be not sleep deprived. That being said, I actually finally got some good sleep. Went to bed at 10 o'clock last night. Pretty proud of myself. Finally trying to get back on. I'm gonna hopefully go to bed at 9 tonight. Work back to my actual sleep cycle. That staying up that super late to get the shop update going while I was on West Coast time really screwed up my internal clock. It's a little wise, but you know what? I think she'll be fine with it if it's a little wide. Smart, 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 smart. Good. Alright, should we, out of curiosity, just try like a more over the top, just out of curiosity. What if we did this? Just for a second. Try something. Ah! God, Jesus. We're making orchid pots at the moment. Hold up, everybody. You're going on a little bit of a roller coaster. There we go. Sorry, I didn't want to make you too sick. I just wanted to try a little more of a top angle for you for a second. Is that? Then you get to see all my mess everywhere. Yeah, sorry, Amanda. But I just want you guys to try a pie. So essentially, camping, we came to the studio the other day. I was super jet lagged from flying back from the West Coast. And I tried to make 24 orchid pots for this commission. And they were way too small because I was like tired and I was just dying a slow death. And so we came back in and we're doing them again. This clay shrinks about 1/2 inch in every dimension, so we have to make them 1/2 inch larger. So we're going for 4 inches tall by 3.5 inches wide. Oh yeah, do you guys like my yellow shoes? I usually wear flower shoes, but I'm gonna have to retire them soon. I don't do math when I'm just feeling good. I refuse. I have my phone do it for me now. Yeah, the flower ones are fantastic. I missed them already, but they were a limited run and I can't get them anymore. But I bought some pink ones that are coming on Wednesday. Very excited for my new pink shoes. Morning, Gabby. How are you? Tell me everything. What's new? What's happening? What's going on? Good. Glad to hear it. Ugh. God, these faces are thick. They're natives. They're children's shoes mostly, but I've been wearing them almost exclusively outside of hiking shoes and running shoes since like 2009. Hi. Thanks for showing up. I'm glad you're here too. Hi, hi. What's up, Im? All right. Okay. Look at us go. Oh, I can't complain. It's a beautiful day. It's finally coolish. We're at like probably like 78 degrees today, which is chilly for us right now. So the day's good. Just trying to make orchid pots before my lessons get here. I know, right? It's like nice today, Sydney. I think it's supposed to get mid-80s, but will it? Blah, blah. Leo, it's somewhat centered. It does its thing. Do you do any pottery yourself? We're not really making these that centered, honestly, or that specific, because these are all supposed to be a little bit off, a little bit of motion, a little bit of undulating for this commission. Dang. Yes, exactly, Sydney. That's awesome. What sort of school? High school, middle school, college? And what kind of stuff do you make? How hot is it in the UK right now? I guess I kind of know. Kiln said it was 20-something Celsius. What? What kind of wood stuff do you make? That's cool. Nice. What dreamy weather, Kiln. What's 30 in Fahrenheit? Cool. I slightly got into woodworking, just carving stuff, whittling woodworking, a couple months ago, and I cranked out a bunch of like hairpins and chopsticks and some spoons, and now I've already lost interest. But it was really fun. I'll probably gain interest again when it cools down outside. It's a little too hot. I like doing it while I'm sitting next to my fire, drinking my tea, and it's been so humid and hot here, I haven't been able to justify a fire. Plus, it's probably not super safe. Yo, how are ya? Also, if you guys are also wondering who I'm talking to, there's a TikTok there and there's a YouTube there. There's an eagle, like, high angle on YouTube, and then you can actually see me over on TikTok. Yeah, 74 is chilly. in the summer. So Millie, I think a lot of these things come down to personal preference and skill base. And so I don't care how soft the clay is, but if you are newer to pottery, firmer is going to be easier for you. That's awesome. How long you been doing that for? I used to teach elementary pottery classes myself. I was a full-time art teacher at a Montessori school not too far from me many years ago, and we did a lot of pottery stuff. I think I was mostly teaching, for the pottery classes, was mostly upper and lower L. Yo, what's up, kitty? A lot of kitties. My God. Sydney, be quiet. I hope you can do it. What are you going to make if you get onto that kick wheel? So Millie, too, just to go into one more thing, and just about like this or that in pottery. Pottery is a craft of no absolutes, so everything is always fluctuating, and it always is dependent on how you're feeling, the clay itself, or your actual skill level, or whatever the case is. And so there's no right or wrong answer to anything. It's just more about how you're feeling, and how the clay's feeling, and how much time you're willing to put into it, and things like that. And if there's anybody ever tells you that there's a correct way to do anything in pottery, they're lying to you, because you can do it however you want. There are easier and harder ways to do things, but that's also subjective. Oh no, is one of your tea shipments not showing up, Sydney? Right? Rigid teachers, I feel like, are people who learn from people who were very stubborn themselves and just are perpetuating the stubborn whatever, or they're learning from hobby potters who are stubborn because they only learned one way of doing things, or whatever the case is. I was lucky enough to teach myself how to do all this stuff, so I never had a teacher, and so none of that really ever applied. Hell yeah. That's awesome, Cleo. Love that. Can I see any of your work somewhere? Do you have it here on TikTok, or do you have an Instagram, or? Exactly. There's always different ways to do everything. It's what you feel comfortable with that makes everything easier or harder. Is that usual for them? Hell yeah, Cleo. That's awesome. A new kiln, so great. I don't know if you saw one of my last posts, but I got a new scut kiln myself. Someone sent me. Hell yeah, that's digital is significantly better, or at least automatic is significantly better than those old manual kilns. Someone sent me a listing to a vanilla flavored puer. I can't remember exactly who. It's probably someone in here right now. I have not ordered it yet, but I'm definitely going to do that. I see, I see. Yeah, I wanna, once I take this off, I wanna grab my new kiln that I just got. It was a custom order from Scott. Cost an arm and a leg, but it was worth every penny. Here, give me half a sec. I've been using this bad boy for days now, and hold on. Ta-da! Just bought. Only $700. Pretty good, huh? I'm not even gonna try to bother showing you guys on YouTube. You've probably already seen it, and it's hard to show that angle. Oh yeah? Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Luna, welcome back. Cool. I think it looks, I mean, I really want the vanilla one, just because I do add a lot of coconuts to my puer when it's not great puer, so I'm kind of curious about vanilla. It's pretty fun. Where are you located, Cleo? I'm sure there's somewhere nearby. There's wood kilns everywhere. It's just hard to get invited to fire them. Unless you're willing to pay a bunch of money. This is puer at the moment, Luna. This is a 2016 ripe puer from Whispering Pines. I only have 3 more takes and then I'll never be able to get it again. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, you got plenty of options. There's even the wood workshop that's every year. There's a wood firing conference there every year. It already happened. It was like like maybe a month ago. It might be fun to go check it out. I don't know how much it costs to do, but it might be worth it. There's some cool people. I'm probably gonna go next year, but I forgot about it this year. I was just overwhelmed with everything else. It always happens on like when I'm firing a bunch of kilns, and so I just don't usually have the time. Oh, that's a bummer, Sydney. I'm sorry to hear that. What I will say, I don't know who that is. What I will say is that there is like this weird romanticized aspect to wood kilns, and that's great, but it is romanticized just in the same way that like moving to the countryside and living off the land and growing your own garden and stuff like that, and like not buying food and stuff is really highly sought after as a romanticized ideology. I'm not saying they aren't amazing things, but there is like a disgusting amount of work that that does not need to be romanticized in doing these things. But what's happening in Wisconsin in August? Oh, how'd you know that was my nickname? My God. Hell yeah. Those are the kilns to do. Everybody should make a rocket kiln. Don't make a wood rocket kiln, make a soda rocket kiln. Go do Kevin Kalowski's design. Straight wood's boring. Hell yeah. That sounds awesome. That'll be great. Soda wood is where it's at, or just soda. Straight wood's so boring these days. It's like, yeah, okay, you can get some beautiful flashings and all that kind of jazz, and that's great. I'm not trying to, what's the saying? It's like yuck someone's, I actually don't remember the saying. It's like when you're not trying to like put someone down for their tastes. Hold on, I have to do this little stupid puzzle piece thing. Like, flashing's awesome. I like flashing. You know, I used to do a lot of big wood firings with lots of flashings, and I do one wood firing every year that's yuck someone's yum. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Sydney. So like, I get it, but you know, you see it so many years in a row, it starts getting tiresome. That being said, I'm going back to flashing with stoneware, so I don't know what I'm saying. But it has been like, say, 7-8 years since I've been doing that kind of work. No way. Yeah, come hang out. Send me a message on Instagram, and you can see the kiln and stuff. If you're in here in October, I'm in a clay tour called Clayway Studio Tours, which is the only time I actually open up my studio. Otherwise, it's a closed. This isn't like a place you can just like show up unless you get invited. To be honest, I use Sprite most of the time, Sydney. I'm kind of surprised that you didn't put that in there. Sometimes if I want some more variation, I put some Mountain Dew. That's how I get that kind of green celadon-y look. I don't think, well, because obviously Sprite is the only way to correctly fire a soda kiln. That is the ultimate soda to be putting in. Look at these orchid pots go. My God. So, for those who don't know what I'm doing, I, for years, have been like, no commissions, no wholesale, no anything, because wholesale really doesn't make sense for what I do because it's all atmospheric work. It's really hard to sell someone something wholesale when you can only produce so many pieces to begin with, and the amount of labor that goes into them is very high. But there is a plant nursery in the town over for me that I would really like to be a part of, because I've been buying orchids from them for years and just plants for years, and I like them. They're nice people. And so one of them found out I was a potter and asked if I wanted to do something, and I said yes. I don't think I'm really going to be making much money on any of these pots when you factor in firing fees and blah blah blah, but that's not the point. I wanted just to be a part of that community for it, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I've heard people use Dr. Pepper before, and it can produce some nice results, but the problem is that everybody always puts in too much. It's concentrated just like cobalt oxide. And so if you apply spray in a little bit more than you should, most people do 6 pounds, I would recommend 2. And that's really where it gets you on the drippiness. But again, it also depends on the size of your kiln and blah, 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 blah. So, I don't know. Massive air bubble on this one. We're just going to ignore it, pretend it's not there. Air bubbles, not our enemy. Two big air bubbles. Well, this one's just going to be a little offset, but that's okay. A little bit of an extra undulations never hurt nobody. Though we might not get the right size. No one saw me do that. I didn't just do that. Alright, 4 inches by 3.5 by 3.5. Wow. Look at that. Look at this go. Group effort here, guys. cute. Totally agree. Olive's sound asleep in front of me right now. Are they? I've never played that game. Any fun? Alright, have we made 12 yet? No. We made 11 so far. We need one more. Yeah, sorry. Just jiggled you around a little bit. Boop. So the next firings where there'll be a shop update that people can actually buy from will be in September, like late September. It depends on the kiln, but between 10 and 12. My kiln fires to pretty much 12. The soda kiln hits 11 in the bottom, 10 on the top. The wood kiln gets like 11 to maybe 1 o'clock. And then the anagama gets just hits 10 in the front and then like 2 in the back. But I don't put anything in the way back. But the Naborigama is what I'm going to be firing next, which is it's a converted Naborigama, single chambered high arch wood kiln with a double back wall system. It's a weird kiln because it's essentially just like a gas kiln with a little bit of fly ash, but it's nice. It's okay. These are all going to go into that firing. At some point we can do that again, Vincent. I essentially go in and out of enjoying making whistles. I like them for like 3 weeks out of every year, and then I just don't want to make them again. So, yes, I'm happy to do that. I just don't know when that will happen. Where's my necklace? There we are. All right. Last one, then we're gonna take like a 15-minute break. And I think I have time to make 12 of the larger ones, which will be, they have to be 5 by 5 by 5 when they're done, which means we have to make them 5.5 by 5.5 by 5.5. And before, we used 750 grams, and I think we're going to go up to 950 grams. Just because I don't want to, I just want them to be done, and I don't want to, like, they can be heavier. They don't have to be paper thin like the cup I'm drinking out of. They're planters. So, I'm also happy just to wedge out the clay with you guys if that's something you'd be interested in seeing. Not over here, I'd have to move you guys over somewhere else, but up to you. I also have to pee really badly, which I probably will not be showing. Unless you guys are very nice to me, but I don't want to do that. But I think we can knock another 12 out before my class at 3, plus giving me time to actually clean my studio. We essentially, it took us, this live video started at 11:15 and it's 12:14 right now. So it took us an hour to make these 11 pieces, which is not like the greatest time in the world, but that would essentially mean it would take an hour to do the other ones, so. Messed up on this one, but no one needs to know that. Only you guys will ever know that I messed up. It won't be visible when it's fired. But do let me know if you guys want to see just the processing out the clay and then us throwing them together, or should I just start a new video when I'm ready? Let me know. Ah, keep jiggling. Thanks, Robin. Yeah, those sold out real quick. I'm glad that people like those mini teapots. We'll make more of those soon, but that's not a firing coming up soon, so. Okay, Sydney. There was a solid firing, yeah. I can't complain. How are you doing? That's a tough one. Okay. This is what I want to do real quick. I'm going to quickly go pee in a bush. If you want to see that, it's going to cost you extra, so give me a second. And then I think we're just going to continue the video and just knock out another 12. I'm feeling good right now, and if I take a break, I might not actually do the other 12. So give me 1 second. I'm going to watch this thing spinning around for you guys. Some kind of nausea. Be right back. Okay. Hell yeah, Robin. Alright, let's move the camera so you can actually see what I'm gonna do. In my messy studio. Ah! Hold on, you guys are gonna get birdie or get up and down, up and down. The ball joint in this thing keeps messing up, so I'm gonna be over there in a second, so. You guys over on TikTok, how do I do this? Like that? You see what I'm doing over here? know. Bear with me. Okay, cool. Alright, I'm not gonna be able to see what you guys are saying for a little bit, but let's do okay. We're gonna do 1,000 grams per. There's no way we'll mess up that way. For any other box, another bag of clay, please. $999 grams right off the first little swing right there. Two, four, 6 eighths. Oh man, we're so close. Oh man, I have to open the bag for one pot. Wow. We're short by 200 grams. Surely, I have some crud clay somewhere else. Oh yeah, shove that in there. Boom, done, easy. So I think I'm gonna make money on the smaller orchid pots. I don't think I'm gonna make any money on these larger ones. I know I said on wedge, but this is more clay. we'll do a little bit of juggling as well, because why not? Over here, we may as well. Hopefully I don't drop any. But if it happens, it happens. All right. Ta-da! All right. Let's get everything back where it needs to be. Wow. I can do. Nah, I don't want to do it with this. I'm gonna mess it up. Okay. I was out of frame for the juggling? Seriously? Wait, hold up. Hold up. You guys need to see me juggle. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. That wasn't talking to you. Sorry, Olive. Okay. I really don't want to drop these because I have to like essentially cut off a bunch of parts if I do. Okay, let's move you guys back down so you can actually see what we're doing. Do we like this angle still, or do you guys want to try something else? You guys need to come back over here. Yeah, I can't believe people stuck with me through that. Okay, let's get to work. Dang, bummer. My mom just texted me saying she got COVID. Ah, that's a bummer. Yeah, well, it's definitely hard because it mushes in your hands while you're doing. You should. Okay, so what did I say? 5 by 5 by 5? Hold on, you guys are not level. Not that you probably care. Boop. There we go. So the only thing about these ones that's going to increase our time for making is the fact that we have to torch them longer. This is, you gotta be kidding me. This isn't enough clay. There's no way. Hold on, let me actually pretend that it actually throw something. I was lackadaisical because of the other ones, but... There we go. Thanks. These will be fine. They just they're gonna taper like that. Oh, we're fine. We're totally fine. It is. I was being so lazy because of how little we had to work on for the other ones. I just kind of assumed that because I used this amount of clay for these that it would be fine, but I guess they still needed something. We're just gonna de-wonk them a little bit, or we are going to wonk them a little bit. Half an inch in every dimension. A string's 14¼ inch, but 1/4%. Sorry, but you're into it, Claire. Good. I'm glad to hear it. But I've noticed that it shrinks about a ½ inch to an inch in every dimension, depending on how big you are. And this guy, these aren't huge, so I think they're only going to shrink about ½ inch. That's my hope, at least. If it shrinks an inch, I'm going to be out of luck. Again, though, I do have to torch these quite a bit more than the smaller ones because they will deform. So, sorry in advance. This is boring. No, I don't use plastic because for obvious reasons. So I should just torch my left hand so I get out of the angle. Hi, how are ya? Good. Glad to hear it. I can't complain. It's a beautiful day. You know? Oh, dang. That's a bummer. Was it unsalvageable? Did it really just make everything just horrible? We are making orchid pots today. I tried the other day and I messed up because I was sleep deprived and jet lagged, and they are definitely going to get too small, even though we made 24 of them. So we're making 24 more today. And this is a commission for a... Hell yeah. Hell yeah. This is for a commission for a plant nursery a town over from me. I don't take commissions usually, but I wanted to be doing something with them, so. If you want to commission me to make a cat, have at it. I have a cat for sale on my website currently. A little compact cat named Damien. Yep, link in my bio if you want to check them out. Phone 8, 9, 10, 11. Looks like a little dragon cat. Katie? Oh my god. Well, nice to meet you, Katie. I don't remember what my name is. Something with a W. It'll come back to me one day. Do you do any art forms yourself, Katie? Later. I heard. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I just saw, I'm on 2 streams, and so I was on a Do Not Disturb, but I just saw the message.
Shit from you too?
No, it was just to me. She was just telling me that she told me that, asked me to go down and get stuff, and then said that you were gonna go down and get stuff. Okay. Do you want me to go down? I can. Would that be easier?
No, I don't need to. I'll go.
Okay.
It's
Yeah, good. Yeah, that hand, I like that, the bush axe that Rio gave me all those years ago, because that's what I used to clear that thing. Though it needs a little extra work. It's hard to see before I swept it, and I was running out of steam at that point. But, you know? Or raked it, I guess.
awesome.
Yeah. Well, are you feeling better at least?
I have been, and now I'm just feeling a little sick.
Oh, really?
I know I'm
Yeah. Alright. Yep. So I was at a wedding, my cousin's wedding in LA, like a couple days ago, and my dad and I flew out together. He flew back to the East Coast. I flew up to see my partner in Seattle, and then I flew back. And because of it, he had a big layover in Atlanta and got COVID, and now my mom got COVID. Kind of a bummer, but luckily I got a booster like 3 days before I left, because I was a little, you know, a little sure that might happen. A lot of people, a lot of family. Sharp. Good. How are you? Tell me everything. How you been? You feeling better today? Hopefully, a little bit? I still want to hear about this boy that you're saying that you're not super focused on anymore, but just curious how that ended or did it or whatever. I'm sorry to hear it. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, hopefully you feel better soon. Understandably so. Alright, this torch is out of steam. Oh. Sure. I'm also gonna move YouTube. We're gonna get you closer. Change up the angle for you guys a little bit. So the heat gun just speeds up the drying process, and right now I just want to get these off without distorting them too much more, and so I'm just speeding up the drying a little bit, helping them not distort as much, and making my life a little bit easier later on. Where's my necklace? Man, this custom rug guy comes in every time asking me to make him a custom rug and then never sends me a custom rug. I swear. I had a penny for every custom rug that guy said he was gonna make me. Oh. I know it's a sad thing you have to see now, but so it's 12:43. We should be done at 1:43, and that gives me a little bit of time to clean up in here. Aw. Oh, I'm sorry, Sharp. I got a this cool like vibrating heat pad that's meant for cramps that I use for my lower back. It's pretty awesome, and it's portable, so you can just kind of, it vibrates and it gets really disgustingly hot. And it was like $15 or something. Yeah, I'll send you where I, after this, I'll send you where I found it. Yeah, of course. Yeah, a lot of people running on my road today. That's cool. A heated mattress topper. I want one of the cooling ones. Does anybody use one of the cooling mats? Cooling cloths? Cooling, whatever? I'm always overheated. I'm dying constantly of heat. But I definitely would love... I screwed up. I screwed up. No one look. I should do that. Ask them what they're doing here. Better them than the like crazy trucks that burst through. They're quiet. Why am I not getting... Oh, I will be wide enough if I do the next thing. You saw the thing I'm talking about? It's pretty sweet. I would definitely like to get one if it works, but I just don't know if it's great. But a cooling sheet sounds great. I run so hot, I just can't. No, you didn't. No one saw that. Didn't happen. I'll refuse it. I'll pretend it didn't happen. I'll deny it vehemently. Sharp. I don't know about this one. Doesn't matter. I'm just cranking these out right now. That's where it's at. Aki, where are you from in Canada? Sounds good, Sharp. They like these. Commissions always freak me out because it's like someone has ordered something and I'm like never sure if they actually like it, whereas if people purchase it from me, they purchase it because they like it, you know? Oh, I like the cup. What I don't like is this part of the glaze. It looks really rancid in person. I like the cup itself. I love this side. It's the side I keep trying to show you guys. It's that cup. That I don't like, and which is the reason I'm not listing this or putting it on my website or anything. I don't think I even ground the bottom. Yeah, there's still wadding stuck to the bottom of this one. It's, what I will say in a negative way, it's too thin. I threw it as thin as I possibly could, and you feel it. I mean, it's hard to hold on to this. Say again, Jay? I'm always distracted, so I never know what anybody's talking about at any point. I get that, Sydney. This one is really rushed too because like I wasn't here. The firing's on the 1st. It's the 10th today. Everything needs to be glazed by the 15th. Maybe 20th. I could probably get away with the 20th. I take it back. I have some time. I have 10 days. So someone remind me when we are actually going to be poking holes in this, which is not going to be today, it's going to be tomorrow, that I really need to get a Band-Aid and to not start doing that without getting one. Because that painter's tape was fine, but was not enough. Need something with more padding. A little more comfortable. For like sewing finger guards? Like a thimble? What are we talking about? Do you know what those are called? Are they just called finger guards? I didn't know there was such a thing. If there's a rubber one, I would 100% get that and wear that. I'm gonna have to look that up. That would be really helpful. Because I'm constantly just cutting myself on that piece of brass. Yes, please do. Thank you. I'm like looking at the ones we made a couple days ago, and they're so small compared to the things that we've made today. There's like no. I'm so happy we redid it, but there's no way it would have worked. All right, 8 more to go. can't wait to see that fully actualized. Love a good chest set. It's not torched enough. What's up, Eric? How are ya? Well, that one seems significantly wider than the others. Huh. Well, whatever. Hell yeah. Ah, I'm so excited. It's so cool. I remember being obsessed with the chess sets years and years ago. It would be fun to like remake them. I made this really cool chessboard out of different mason stained porcelains. I also feel like I made a checkers board set as well, which was cool. But those are all long gone. Honestly, if I was gonna redo it, I'd make the board out of wood and the chess pieces out of clay, like you're doing. But that's just me. Agreed. I think having a combination of two different mediums is really nice for things like that. I also feel that way with like spoons, ceramic spoons. I hate ceramic spoons with ceramic handles. I love ceramic spoon heads with wooden handles. A wooden teapot with a clay handle? I used to make clay teapots with wood handles all the time. That was like my whole shtick for like 3 years. This is many, many years ago. Wooden spoons are really easy. I've made a bunch of wooden spoons now out of all this spalted stuff that I got. You just need one of those carvy spoons. Makes life a lot easier. You don't need one, it just makes life easier. I used to make all these reed handles in my bathtub, and then I also would like collect whole pieces of wood and use those as top handles. I was really into that for a while. It makes life easy. Or I will be once it cools down, so I can do it outside. I like having my tea and whittling by a fire. It's how do you do it? That's the best way to do it. I'm heating it just so it doesn't deform as much when I pick it up, because they have very wide bases. If the base came to more of a narrow point, I wouldn't. I would just move it over to the side and call it a day. But just for the sake of not wanting to do this commission again, we're just taking some preliminary measures. Smacking clay, what are you doing? No! No! I'm sorry, Sydney. That's sad. Of course, Timbo. So, for those just joining, we got 24 orchid pots we're making today. We already threw the 12 smaller ones, and now we're doing the 12 larger ones. The dimensions we're looking for right now are 5.5 by 5.5. And so when it's fired, they'll be 5 by 5. Thank you. No! My computer's feeling the same way, kitten. Oh, you got it, Eric. Not this piece. But that next piece? Oh, you boy. I'm gonna be smacking it hard. Just for you, Eric. Thanks, Kimberly. How are you today? What? Just okay. What's going on? What's happening? Tell me everything. This is easy. Anybody could do this. First day of pottery. I think we spend more time torching than we do actually throwing the pieces. Oh. My computer just died. Fascinating. It went from like 30% to dead. No kiln? Hi, little love. How are you? How are you, little dog? We're almost done. Don't you worry. Oh yeah, here, Eric. I gotta smack this plate around for you a bit. Sicko. Oh, do they? Yeah, Eric. They have holes everywhere because the roots like to come out, and they're not in soil and things like that. You think so, Sydney? The kiln and furnace are very two different things. I'm confused by what you're saying now. I use a furnace to heat my house. I use a kiln to fire my pots. Thanks, Eric. Appreciate it. That makes sense, Sydney. Nope, no kiln. We fire everything with a torch. No need for one. They're expensive, costly, laborious. Oh, that's another big word. Torch everything to completion. Or I use my custom-made toaster oven from Scott. That's pretty good. Exactly, Sydney. That's probably explaining a lot of heating issues you're having, Ken. I feel like this isn't tall enough. one saw that. Didn't happen. Mackenzie, I don't think you were even here for that, so... What's up, Mom? How are ya? Mackenzie, what's new? What's happening? Tell me everything. I haven't heard from you in like a million years. Where have you been? What's new? Exactly. Thank you, Sydney. See, people over on YouTube have my back. Seriously? What happened? If you want to talk about it. Are you okay now? Holy shit, dude. I'm so sorry. Was there... What caused this to happen? So these are orchid pots. Well, they can be vases for you, Mom. Don't you worry. I'm so sorry. I'm glad you're on the mend and you're feeling better. But holy shit, I'm so sorry. Thank you, kitten. What do they do for a collapsed lung? What is like... What do you... I don't know even what questions to ask, really. Well, I hope you recover quickly and without having to... as little invasiveness as possible, you know? I'm so sorry. That's really, really shitty. But I'm glad you're okay. Hi. Alright, here's our first row of the larger orchid pots and one small one. Just gonna put this to the side. We'll start on our next row. I'm getting a lot of slop in here though. I don't know how much more we're gonna be able to scoop around. Throw out some more water with this is how I get water in my studio. I could have put water in here, put plumbing in, but the cool thing about pottery is that dirty water cleans in pottery, so there's no reason for it, and just waste water. I have never successfully kept moss alive, Sydney. I would love to be able to do that, but I've never successfully been able to do that. So if you find a way to do it, you let me know too, because it always dies on me after a pretty short period of time. There. Yeah, I can try again. We can see. Get it going. I have a lot of moss to experiment on, so. Alicia, I taught myself. But I think if you want to learn how, take a class at a craft center. I offer Zoom lessons. I'm not cheap, but I offer Zoom lessons. But I would take a class somewhere. It's probably the best bet. Do people not usually? 65 an hour, Sydney. It's not expensive, but it's also not cheap. Nope, it's not too bad. Gotcha. How do normal people pronounce it? Or normal people. How do other people pronounce it incorrectly? I'm sorry, I said that not how I meant to. All good. I can barely spell to begin with, so anything said incorrectly or whatever is all. Ooh, I just caught my finger. Well, I'm not going to do much more than that then, I guess. Wow. It's not. Ooh, I don't like this. Oh, interesting. There's some schmutz in the bottom of the clay that's really throwing me off a little bit. You can see it on the sway, but interesting. Huh. That must be frustrating. I'm sorry that that's like a common occurrence. No one ever messes my name up because it's just Will. It's hard to mispronounce that one. Very exciting stuff right there. So I don't know what it's like, but it doesn't sound like it would be very fun. Oh. I've taught a lot of kids over the years with very cool names that are spelt not at all like how they're pronounced. So I've tried to be pretty okay with that kind of stuff, but yep, this is just drying it out just so it doesn't deform as much, and I'll speed up the drying process a little bit so I can trim it sooner. How do you pronounce your name, Kiln? Because I actually didn't realize what your name was until I sent off that package. I assumed that I would pronounce it. I don't want to say it out loud unless you are cool with that. Or how I remember it being spelled, but I don't even know how to pronounce it, to be honest, myself. Without a G. Okay, that makes total sense then. Okay, that's actually what I was thinking in my head, but I wasn't sure about it. Okay, that makes sense. That's cool. I like that. I probably have said this at some point, but my folks, the two names that I was like teetering on that they named me, was either Will, which was a name I was named after my grandfather, who went by Bill, but I have the same name as him. Or I had a great uncle named Trueworthy, and so they were going to call me Trueworthy and just call me True for short. I'm happy they chose Will, to be honest. I think True at this point in my life would have been nice, but growing up, I think I would have been bullied hard with that name. In the 90s. I think if you had that name now, I think everybody would find it fun as a kid. I think so too. Like, I think it would have been fine. Amazing. That would have been amazing. That is very true, Sydney. I appreciate you for saying that. Yeah. God, I'm so excited to make a video about soda firing now. Talking about different sodas to put in. It's gonna be so great. Four more to do, and then we're done. What time did I think we were going to end, though? 12... I thought we were going to be done at 1:15 already? No, 1:45. I think that's when I said we were going to be finished with these, probably. That's pretty cool. Huh. Not sarsaparilla, you just like sarsaparilla. Or, sorry, I messed that up. Sassafras. You just go for the sarsaparilla? Mug root beer. This claim has some schmutz in it too. I clearly was not paying attention when we were doing this. I was too focused on potentially doing some juggling with these. I heard you, Amanda. I thought it was very good. I like a good crazing. I don't know why people are so anti-craze. No, it was good. To be honest, I'm losing steam. We've made 18 of these already, and I'm losing it a little bit. Yeah, what is with people hating on crazing? Like in a genuine sense, people need to stop. Crazing is awesome. I'm so sick of this like stupid misinformation about food safety and how crazing's bad for you and blah 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 blah. And the same person goes out and eats a bunch of sugar and like a bunch of candy, and you know, it's like just choose your battles, man. Or they drink a bunch of alcohol, or they smoke a bunch of cigarettes, or whatever the case is. It's like, come on, leave me alone. That makes no sense at all. Brian, yo, we're making orchid pots. Mila, we are doing a plethora of colors. The people who commissioned me for these, they want 2 of every color, that for 6 different colors. And I think there's going to be lots of blues, maybe a yellow involved, maybe a light green perhaps. I'm not really sure, to be honest. All they said is they don't want black, brown, or white. Yeah, Sydney, though, that makes literally no sense at all. Brian, what's new? What's happening? Tell me everything. Oh, God. That sucks, kid, I'm so sorry. See, I assume we're talking about sanity, and yeah, I assume we're talking about my mental well-being, and no, I probably did not. I'm just gonna assume that's what we're talking about, because I don't remember what we were talking about. Ah, nice. Yeah, I'm so happy it's cool today. It's only like 80 degrees, which is great. It's not even like the food safety thing. It doesn't even make sense, because just clean your stuff. Like, it's literally as simple as that. Just clean it, and then that issue with food safety is not an issue anymore. Just clean the cup, clean the bowl. It's like, are these people just like making food and then eating whatever it is and then leaving it dirty out in the sun to like rot and then just immediately use again without cleaning it? Because that would of course make you sick. Like, but that has nothing to do with the crazing. Just wash it. Annie, how are you? Tell me everything. It's been so long. Yeah, I don't remember the buses being great in Ireland, kid, but it's been many a year since I've been there. Many a year. I'm glad you like the haircut. I've been getting a bunch. It's not standing straight up anymore, which is kind of a bummer. Nope, they don't want pink. They just want blues and the yellow. That's all they kind of want for these. These are also not going to my kiln, so I don't know how the pink would react in that particular kiln. These are all going into the converted to origami. Yeah, there is a cobalty glaze that I'm thinking about using, but I don't have any. See, it says as a commission. I can tell them what it might look like, but I don't know what it will look like, and so I don't know if they're going to want to do that or not. So I have no reference photos of those. And the cobalty glaze I have is not the recipe that I would have access to over there unless I made a bunch of it, but I don't know how it reacts in that kiln either. It looks great in my kiln, but I don't know if it would have the amount of fly ash to really make it do its cool stuff. Yeah, Kenan, I have a coffin kiln and 2 electric kilns, and then I have a little gas kiln that has just been sitting in my garage for like 10 years that I'm going to convert into a soda kiln at some point. And then I fire a Naborigama, an Anagama, and a soda kiln at 3 different properties. So I just kind of travel around and fire kilns. There was a couple other kilns around here that I fired as well, but they've been dismantled since then. And then there are other kilns I could fire, but I'm already firing a bunch of kilns and I don't really want to travel for that. Nope, they want whatever hole pattern that I choose. They just want 2 of every type of hole pattern and 2 of every type of glaze. And so I already came up with a series of different holes for the ones that we made the other day that are not big enough. So we'll just do the same ones over again on those pieces. The only one that I'm not entirely in love with are the flower pattern. I think I kind of want to do something else that's not flowers this time. Though I think they would sell well. But I don't know. It's pretty nice to have your own kiln, Amanda. Especially when you're talking like atmospherically, it's really nice to have your own because you don't have to worry about other people getting their work in unless you're trying to do that. Or maybe you're worrying about it, but like you're always prioritized. You're doing this firing schedule. It's a hell of a lot more work, but it's so much nicer to not have to go to other people's properties to fire kilns and things like that. Hi. Sleeping in your own house right after a firing, not sleeping in your car for a firing, or in a tent, or in a hammock, or in their studio is really nice. Fair. Totally fair. The day's going great. I don't know what a flower pattern in that context would look like. You should. You 100% should. That's the only way to do it. They're way too expensive otherwise, unless you're doing converted, like soda kiln or kiln or something. Well, Ken, if I lose you, it's been real. You don't? Why not? at. Yeah, soda kilns where it's at. I'm just gonna throw this out there. I said it earlier. Wood kilns are overrated. Wood soda kilns are not overrated, but wood kilns overrated. I don't have any interest in ever making, maybe like way down the line, but I don't really have an interest in making a straight wood kiln ever again. I think they're kind of lame. And they take a lot of work, not super great, like, because they usually fire for multiple days because you're looking for flashing. They're not super environmentally friendly. A lot of the smoke coming out for the beginnings of a long wood firing, or it's just black smoke. Whereas like my wood kiln, since it fires so hot so quickly, it only shoots out disgusting smoke for about half an hour, 45 minutes. And then just a little bit every time you stoke it, but otherwise it's just a clean burn. Oh, hey! I'm glad you said that. Oh, I love the cutout stuff. You definitely should. Sorry, I missed that comment. Yes, it is. It's really, you can get cheap old kilns for free. I mean, people will give away like old manual kilns, especially if they don't know what they're looking at. I have to pee again. I'll be right back. Give me a couple seconds. I'm gonna go pee in the bush. I'm glad we only have 2 more to do because I need to eat something before these people show up. It's 1:40. I need to clean the studio and eat, but we're almost done. Hell yeah. Oh, that's a bummer, Sydney. I'm sorry. Well, if you build a small one with a nice roof, it'll probably be fine. Okay, 2 more. Let's crank these out. Just its butt. Nice. Is pork butt good? You guys hear about that podcast about, this makes me think of where it's not super common, but it seems like it has happened. It doesn't happen all the time, But if you go to a store, potentially, I'm not saying this is 100% or anything like that, but when you order calamari, sometimes it isn't calamari. Sometimes it is bung, which is pig butthole, the strip inside. And texturally and everything else, it's very similar. I'm not saying it's happening every time you go to a calamari, but it is something that happens. Yo, yeah, it's interesting, and I hear that it tastes almost identical, calamari and bung, texturally and flavor-wise. I listened to a cool podcast on it. I don't remember if it was like a Radio Lab or what it was, but yeah, no worries. Glad I could help, Sydney. Yeah, so you guys, if you eat calamari enough, you probably eat butthole. So, no, I think it's great. I think it's fantastic because, it's not going to waste. I'm going to remind you every single time, Amanda. Every single time we start the stream that I see your name, I'm going to be like, do you remember calamari is actually butthole? No? I'm just happy things aren't getting wasted. Well, I'm glad I could refresh your memory, kidden. I do think it's great. Exactly. That's exactly the reason. I think it's hilarious. Because I think it's funny that people can be subjective about it. You're gonna eat it. Don't waste it. Exactly. What's up, Happy? Totally fair. That's the only reason, Eric. Trim them early, and just get them off without distorting them as an aggressive amount, just so they come off smoothly. And I don't do that all the time. It's just because they have wider bases. Oh my god, we might make it, Ken. We got one more to do, but it's not looking promising. So it'll just be like a little bit. Alright, let's see if we can crank this out before Ken's phone dies. Oh wait, I have to torch. No! The torching might screw us over on this. Sure am. We'll do that all tomorrow. just a little piece of brass pipe. All right, last one. And then it's 24 orchid pots done once we do this one. Oh yeah, no, there definitely like kind of issues with it all. It should just be marketed as bung and not, if that's the case or whatever it is. Yep, we're measuring each piece. They're all roughly 5 by 5 by 5, 5.5 by 5.5 by 5.5. Clay, obviously, Amanda, but I'm antisocial, so I can't see anything. I'm illiterate. Sorry, Frank. Big air bubble right near the top here. Adds to the spiciness of it. Sorry, let me rephrase it, Amanda. I am not antisocial, but I do have social anxiety with multiple people. If it's one-on-ones, I'm great. And I really like small talking, and I like all that kind of stuff. But if it's more than like 3 people, I just don't know what to talk about. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to act. I get real weird, weirder than I am right now. And I don't think you guys can even fantasize about that. That's ridiculous. That'd be like, it's just crazy. It doesn't make any sense. No, I'm not antisocial. I just don't like being around people. It gives me anxiety. Yeah, as long as you kill your own animals, I'm for it. If you don't do that, then I'm less for it. Raise and kill. Otherwise, I don't have as much interest. Alright, Kenan, you still here? Do we make it in time? That's it. We're done. 24 orchid pots. We'll trim them tomorrow. But, awesome. Hell yeah. Alright guys, I need to go eat and clean my studio before I have a bunch of people coming. They should be here in in about an hour. So, we did it. Group effort. Good on all of us. Alright, bye guys.